So now with that in mind, this look at a few case studies that the organizations has already practicing and achieve this exponential values. So firstly, here's a Fortune 100. They have created like more than 8,000 legacy automation application through the span of about 15 years. Many of this for SharePoint, for other purpose. But at the same time, when they decided that they need to move to Office 365, they realized they need to rebuild all of this automation. So that's when they started thinking about how can they reduce the number of applications, this automation they need to create, and also making sure that they will be future-proof, so they don't need to worry about migrating again. And so this is a way that they use AgilePoint and very quickly create about 2,000 of this future-proof automation application in about 2 years. And they actually be able to do that by leveraging enterprise system development as one of the key enablement. Among these 2,000 automations, they span across hundreds and hundreds of different use cases, because those use cases run the global operation of supporting about 100,000 users. So the whole scalability and governance is all proven. So they achieved digital transformation with enterprise system development, and specifically, they were able to consolidate technology footprint. Multiple platforms now become one. Secondly, they actually rationalize application portfolio, right, from 8,000 down to 2,000. Right, I understand that we didn't show the exact ROI number, but you can picture. This is not just about 30% savings or 50% savings. This is really the extreme ROI. And in this case here, there's a story about Gary G. It's very, very interesting. So Gary one day came to our website asking for a trial, and we reached out back to him to try to understand what was the reason he was looking for a trial. And then we realized he said that he worked at this Fortune 100 for more than 15 years in procurement, and but he was laid off during the pandemic. But then he couldn't find another procurement job until he put AgilePoint experience on his resume, and then he got hired the second day. And then that's when we realized that he said when he was in procurement, and he actually learned AgilePoint, and he created about 20 of this procurement-related automations based on AgilePoint. So he was actually a perfect example of this enterprise system development is actually working in this Fortune 100, and very, very interesting. So here's another case study here. This is another global company, but very interestingly, they chose to grow their companies by acquiring a lot of subsidiaries globally. Some people actually see that's actually a very challenging route to go. But in this case here, because they actually adopted enterprise system development, in a way, they were able to very quickly, each entity, right, create those cross-functional automation. But at the same time, so not only achieving the typical bottleneck benefits, such as what we talk about, cutting down the cost, cutting down the cycle time, and they actually take that to the next level. Not only that, it's a cross-functional within the entity, it's actually cross-entity, right? So they are able to, even with a lot of subsidiaries, they are able to run collectively, digitally as one. More than 5 million processes on the average every year is running across headquarters and subsidiaries. At the same time, they also take this to the next level. They want to be able to enable, right, with this kind of organization, how they can still have that organizational level resilience and agility. So instead of giving AgilePoint to each subsidiary to build their own version of processes, for example, a PO process, they can create one PO process solution, and that can be dynamically mass individualized and adapted for different subsidiaries. Not only they can leverage this to deliver that exponential value, but they also enable a composable business.